Hello again, I am Luis Fe, and this is still another box pushing video. Hooray! Let's play Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, the Pyro Jack thingy. And where was I? Oh yeah, Love is a Contact Sport is the album's real surprise. A big sounding, bold, sexy number that in terms of production is the album's centerpiece, and it has great lyrics along with a good beat. It's one of my favorites. On You're Still My Man, you can hear how clearly Whitney's voice is like an instrument, a flawless, warm machine that almost overpowers the sentiment of her music. But the lyrics and the melodies are too distinctive, too strong to let any singer, even one of Whitney's caliber, overshadow them. For the Love of You shows off Narada's brilliant drum programming capabilities, and its jazzy modern feel harks back not only to purveyors of modern jazz, like Michael Jackson and Sade, but also to other artists, like Miles Davis, Paul Butterfield, and Bobby McFerrin. Where Do Broken Hearts Go is the album's most powerful emotional statement of innocence lost and trying to regain the safety of childhood. Her voice is as lovely and controlled as it ever has been, and it leads up to I Know Him So Well, the most moving moment on the record, because it's first and foremost a duet with her mother, Sissy. It's a ballad about who? A lover shared? A long-lost father? With a combination of longing, regret, determination and beauty that ends the album on a graceful, perfect note. We can expect new things from Whitney. She made a stunning gift to the 1988 Olympics with the ballad One Moment in Time. But even if we didn't, she will remain the most exciting and original black jazz voice of her generation. Okay, that one's done, and there's still so much to commentate, to read, and blah 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 blah, because I'm not doing comments to the game itself. Why? It's boring, this part is boring, and I really dislike the Pyro Jack game. So I think I'll read another thingy right now. So, Huey Lewis and the News. Huey Lewis and the News burst out of San Francisco onto the national music scene at the beginning of the decade with their self-titled rock-pop album released by Chrysalis, though they didn't really come into their own commercially or artistically until the 1983 smash Sports. Though their roots were visible, blues, Memphis soul, country, on Huey Lewis and the News, they seemed a little too willing to cash in on the late 70s, early 80s taste for new wave. And the album, though it's still a smashing debut, seems a little too stark, too punk. Examples of this being the drumming on the first single, Some of My Lies Are True, sooner or later, and the fake hand claps on Don't Make Me Do It, as well as the organ on Taking a Walk. Even though it was a little bit strained, their peppy boy wants girl lyrics and the energy with which Lewis as a lead singer instilled all the songs were refreshing. Having a great lead guitarist like Chris Hayes, who also shares vocals, doesn't hurt either. Hayes' solos are as original and unrehearsed as any in rock. Yet the keyboardist, Sean Hopper, seemed too intent on playing the organ a little too mechanically, though his piano playing on the second half of the album gets better, and Bill Gibson's drumming was too muted to have much impact. The songwriting also did not mature until much later, though many of the catchy songs have hints of longing and regret and dread. Stop Trying is just one example. Though the boys hailed from San Francisco and they share some similarities with their Southern California counterparts, the Beach Boys, gorgeous harmonies, sophisticated vocalizing, beautiful melodies, they even pose with a surfboard on the cover of the debut album. They also carried with them some of their bleakness and nihilism of the thankfully now forgotten punk rock scene of Los Angeles at the time. Talk about your angry young man. Listen to Huey on Who Cares? Stop Paradise. Stop trying. Don't even tell me that you love me. Trouble in Paradise. The title said it all. Huey hits his notes like an embittered survivor, and the band often sounds as angry as performers like The Clash or Billy Joel or Blondie. No one should forget that we have Elvis Costello to thank for discovering Huey in the first place. Huey played harmonica on Costello's second record, The Thin, Buffett. My aim was you. Louis has some of Costello's supposed bitterness, though Huey has a more bitter, cynical sense of humor. Elvis might think that intellectual wordplay is as important as having a good time and having one's cynicism tempered by good spirits, but I wonder what he thinks about Louis selling so many more records than he. Things looked up for Huey and the Boys on the second album, 1982's Picture This, which yielded two semi-hits, Working for a Living and Do You Believe in Love. And the fact that this coincided with the advent of video, there was one made for both songs, undoubtedly helped sales. The sound, though still tinged with new wave trappings, seemed more roots rock than the previous album, which might have something to do with the fact that Bob Clearmountain mixed the record or that Huey Lewis and the News took over the producing reins. Their songwriting grew more sophisticated, and the group wasn't afraid to quietly explore other genres, whatever, notably reggae, Tell Her a Little Lie, and ballads. Hope You Love Me Like You Say and Is It Me? But for all its power pop glory, the sound and the band seem gratefully less rebellious, less angry on this record, though the blue-collar bitterness of Working for a Living seems like an outtake from the earlier album. They seem more concerned with personal relationships. 4 of the album's 10 songs have the word love in their title, rather than strutting around as young nihilists, and their mellow good times feel of the record is a surprising, infectious change. The band is playing better than it last did, and the Tower of Power horns give the record a more open, warmer sound. The album hit the peak with the back-to-back 1-2 punch of Working for a Living and Do You Believe in Love, which is the best song on the album and is essentially about the singer asking a girl he's met while looking for someone to meet if she believes in love. The fact that the song never resolves the question, we never find out what the girl says, gives it an added complexity that was not apparent on the group's debut. Also, on Do You Believe in Love is a terrific sax solo by Johnny Cola. This guy gives Clarence Clemons a run for his money, who, like Chris Hayes on lead guitar, and Sean Hopper on keyboards, has by now become an invaluable asset to the band. The sax solo on Is It Me is even stronger.